If there's ever a golf lesson, I would give golfers to help them strike their irons, yes, including 4-iron, the long irons, it would be this lesson. I gave it to Jason and he went from really struggling with the irons simply to feeling a bit more speed through that hit we first worked on, freeing up the swing. We then talked about how to release the golf club and then finally how to feel as though we hit more from the inside. The 3-step system really did work for Jason and I want to share it with you. So Jilly's asked this question here on the channel about iron strike, how do we stop chopping on it, how do we stop catching it fat, and I want to really help Jilly, but also you, because we're powered by you, the viewers. So please simply think about subscribing, turning on the bell next to that subscribe button, and just putting your query down below so we can really access this iron strike together. So do you ever feel this? That you're guiding the club into the ball and your golf swing has become very, and keep saying very, position orientated. As in like, dot, get here, get there, come here, into the ball, then come through. You lose the swing of your golf swing. Okay, so the first stage of this system I want you to consider is allowing this club to just swing free. Like, let me knock this ball off the tee-peg. And we've got the tee-peg down here. Have a look at this in player cam. We're going to just put a tee-peg in the ground if you're on the grass, or just put one on the mat if you're on the range mat. I want you to consider thinking about this. If I just rock this club back and through, it would pretty much come through the same space every time, and I would hit that tee-peg. If, however, I started to try and guide that club in, it all starts to shake and move and not come through the same space. I'm sort of reacting to every little change what my hands make. Whereas if we make a swing, it goes through the same space every time. I mean, look at this, right? If I just go like that, right, it's pretty predictable where that club's going to swing. Now, if I try and do that and get it going like this and round, I guarantee it's not the same every single time. So the first part of this 3-stage system, right, tee-peg in the ground, no golf ball. Just make some intention swings back and through, trying to hit that tee-peg with a bit of a flow. And you'll really surprise yourself how consistent you are with where you interact with the ground. So the first stage of the system allows you to build up some speed back, but also it allows you to understand where your bottom of the arc is. Keep the lower body flowing, keep it moving to find the bottom of the arc. Think about this whole lesson as building momentum through the lesson. I'm doing a very short 5-minute video on what Jason's lesson was. So the next one was release. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this one away. Watch where I finish. Okay, round here, right? Look where my arms are. That is what I'd classify as a release pattern a lot of us golfers need to feel, right? That feeling of swishing around here. So how I explained this to Jason was really nice and simple. All I said was, just feel, because with an iron we want an intention to hit down, that we let the club drop, swish over our shoulder. Like you move to face on here and just watch me here. I'm even just going to tee another one up. So again, just feeling as though I let the club drop and let it swish over my shoulder. Let it swish round here. It's not held off in that slicey fashion of the shot. So part 2 of our system is let it drop, let it swish. Final bit is how we moved his path, right? Because at this point we were striking it well but going a little bit left of target. So how do we move that club path to become more into out? I love this. You saw this in the thumbnail. Let's do it. This part of the system part 3, is all about controlling that club path. Now have a look at the screen. Most of us hit on that arc a little bit to the left too much. So I'm now using this arc and I'm going to really think about picturing this club coming more through there. I'm still thinking about not guiding, bringing back some more speed. I'm still thinking about that finish and letting the club drop, then swish. And then finally, all I'm doing is doing that same process, but just tilting it a little bit to the right, rather than most people, we're used to having it there, and we don't want it there. So have a look at this shot. This will allow you to really get that draw. That was absolutely, I mean, I didn't even feel that shot. That was it, so good. Middle of the green with 4-iron here. I know you can access this, maybe not with 4-iron straight away, but build up to using these longer irons. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, follow that process Jason used, and I know your iron strike will go through the roof.